Merry Christmas, everyone. Today marks a milestone in a film but equal parts a gift to myself and to you all. Here's a look at Batman Mask of the Phantasm in honor of its 30th anniversary. The film opens on a sweeping shot of the Gotham City skyline, and while the CGI may be showing its age, the stylish look and feel actually works for this film and doesn't clash with the traditional backgrounds at all. The real highlight is the music by Shirley Walker. These are brass instruments and a vocalizing chorus has been some of my favorite parts. It took the combined talents of Eric Radomski and Bruce Timm as directors to bring this to life. Now, detail why it's not just a great Batman movie, but an animated film masterwork on its own. He formerly opened on a counterfeiting and money laundering operation out of a Gotham casino before Batman crashed through the window to break up the scene. Its ringleader Chuck Soul, voiced by Richard Miller. Things take a turn when Chuck tries to escape and encounters a Phantasm in the parking garage. He tries to hit the Phantasm when his car comes through the garage and into the window of a nearby building, killing him. Much like the show that this film spun off from, it's clear they're taking the audience seriously. In addition to the cast of the show returning, there's a handful of new faces and even some celebrity voice actors. For example, Kyle Beaumont and the Phantasm voiced by Stacy Keach. Aging mall boss Salvatore Valestra is voiced by late character actor Abe Vigoda. Carl's daughter Andrea is voiced by Dana Delaney. More with her later. Dana Delaney also became the voice of the animated Lois Lane on Superman. One of my favorite versions of that character even. Her contact as Councilman Reeves, voiced by Hart Bochner. She and Bruce also have history together, and as I continue, the arcs in this film are intertwined. We get a flashback then of them paying respects to their last loved ones, as Victoria Beaumont died before the story began. I especially love how this film not only shows the DCAU version of Bruce's origin story, but also nails my personal favorite aspects, the detective skills, and how he still can't hide his inner tone behind a mask. The first night out is one of several scenes that pulls from the Batman Year One storyline. Has the detective and fighting skills down, but he still need more work on the theatrics. Also, as an anime fan, several scenes have made me love this movie even more, as this chase on the bridge influenced by the classic Lupin the Third film, The Castle of Cagliostro. Also like the little headline on the Gotham Globe that calls Radomski the ringleader of the heist. Back in the present day, more gangsters go to pay respects to Soul, and the one to lay a wreath at his grave ends up the next one to sleep with the fishes, as they say. His name is Buzz Bronski, voiced by John P. Ryan. As he's done in by the Stone Angel above him, Batman is once again implicated in his death. As Valestra is spooked, Reeves wants to go after the Bat. Bruce scopes out the crime scene for clues, and sees Andrea visiting Victoria's grave again. She has quite the knack for deduction. She'll put it together by seeing Batman at the Wayne grave once. Remember that, it'll be important later. As Bruce spies Andrea on a date with Reeves, he recalls his own time with her at the Gotham World's Fair. Of course, it looks a bit like Tomorrowland, mixed with the show's iconic Art Deco influenced art style. Before they head home, Bruce decides to meet with her father Carl. Reeves is also once a lawyer, but Valestra has a connection to them as well. Also, the fact his Austrian use came from years of cigar smoking, and a familiar face as their driver. Following what I said about the further appreciation of this movie as an anime fan, the flashback fight between Bruce and these bikers, amongst the second fight in Akira Wakanda and the clowns. He has a similar outfit on Akira in that scene. That night, he returns to his parents' grave, and Andrea joins him. Remember what I said about this connection being important? This is part of that, with more to come. Reeves then goes to see Valestra, looks even worse than aware than usual. Reeves is more than happy to finger Batman as an old favor, but on his terms. In the Batcave, Bruce has Sal Page as the next target and goes to investigate. He finds a series of records, and upon looking through a series of photographs, he calls opposing Andrea. The two share a kiss, rather than Bruce being spooked by the bats like some adaptations. It's Andrea that ends up getting spooked. In addition to familiar face at the Beaumont house, Bruce is given back his ring and a Dear John letter from Andrea. He suits up as Batman for what's canonically the first time in this timeline. Back in the present, we see what's left of the World's Fair as Sal pays a visit to the Joker. They do indeed have history together, and Hale's performance in this movie is one of the top tier appearances of his character. Also, the "why so formal" line about the model wants to hire him to face Batman sound familiar, especially 15 years out of this movie. Also, this is about the parallels key storylines also change Orange's perception of the Joker, the Killing Joke, and the Red Hood. Batman then presents Andrea with the old photo and instantly spots a consistency with her story when she told Reeves. Continue to address this as I go, but Andrea and the Phantasm present contrasts to Batman's turmoil. The Phantasm comes for Lestra, but the Joker got to him first, even bombing the house. Batman gives chase to the Phantasm and has to elude the police. The scene of him jumping between rooftops and the Swats chasing him is another one influenced by Castle Cagliostro. Lieutenant Bullock even makes similar expressions than he got in a few shots. Bruce escapes with help from Andrea, even using his cape and cowl on Sawhorse's decoy. As Bruce heals, we get a flashback of Andrea and Kyle's connection to the mob, which Andrea confers to Bruce. She stops short of telling him about the Phantasm as the two share a kiss. Though Bruce hopes to make it work this time, he doesn't know what to expect. Then there's a former driver of the Joker all along. Reeves is targeted by the Joker and is hospitalized laughing mad. Batman will at least get out of him that his answer is at the World's Fair and his connection to Beaumont's. Batman investigates the Beaumont estate, and the Joker calls him on the phone, an image I've gotten a lot out of, as have others. The Phantasm confronts the Joker, and it turns out it was Andrea all along. I did say she and the Phantasm contrast to Batman's turmoil. I never said they're different people, but I can say it's a rare example of a twist villain that doesn't come with his force. It also turns out that Carl is dead. The final fight in the World's Fair between Andrea, Batman, and the Joker is simply spectacular. The whole attraction going down in flames as a fantastic parable for the end of Bruce and Andrea's relationship. The fight with the Joker on the jetpack is one last aspect inspired by Castle Cagliostro. This visual of the Joker laughing as a dynamite is set off is stunning, especially the restoration of the copy I'm rating this with. We close on a bittersweet note as Andrea leaves Gotham City, giving her pocket watch to Bruce as a parting gift, and Batman swinging to night once again. Though the film was well received at the time, it just barely made back its $5 million budget worldwide, nowhere near enough to be considered a hit. Admittedly, a large part of that is because test audiences responded well to it, so much so that what was originally going to be a direct-to-video movie was put in the theaters at the last possible moment, leaving next to no time to promote it. Wouldn't be the first time Warner Bros. Did that, nor the last. Still, those who did see it loved what they saw, and the film was highly acclaimed by critics and fans alike at the time and since. Its success at home and on TV kicked off a whole slew of similar films, still being released at some point today. Some even call this their favorite Batman film, and it ranks among my favorites. I am glad I finally shared it with you all. Final rating is 4 stars out of 4. Thank you for letting me share my thoughts with you all. Season's greetings.